Hey guys, welcome to our second battle report for Tabletop Patriarchs. My name is Dan. This is Dennis. I'm going to be playing the Death Guard today. He's going to be playing the Dark Angels, the new detachments that came out for Grotmas. And we are going to go over our lists. We're going to be playing Linchpin and Stalwarts and Dawn of War deployment.
All right, guys, for the Dark Angels list, we have one squad of Deathwing Knights with Belial. Obviously, it's a proxy. You have a 5-man squad of Deathwing Terminators with the Chaplain attached as well. 2 squads of Infiltrators. Azrael, the Supreme Grand Master, with a 3-man squad of Inner Circle Companions. A Outrider squad with a Chaplain attached. Big Daddy Lion. A Repulsor Executioner. Lazarus, a Blade Guard Lieutenant, and a squad of Blade Guard, as well as a squad of Eliminators.
All right, so we have 12 Death Shroud Terminators. Yes, 12 Death Shroud Terminators. One of the 6-man squads are going to be led by Typhus. I have a 10-man Blight Lord Terminator squad that's going to be led by the Lord of Virulence. I have the Tallyman, who is going to be by himself. I have 5 Plague Marine squads. One of them is going to be led by a Biologist Putrefier. I have 20 Poxwalkers and then a 10-man Poxwalker squad. And to wrap up the list, I have 1 Knight Rampage. All right, just to go over the Death Guard deployment. So I have 2 units Plague Marines here, Poxwalkers, and the Tallyman who's going to be farming me CP. 20-man Poxwalker squad here, 2 units Plague Marines here, a unit of Plague Marines here, and my Knight Rampager here. Kind of thought process behind everything is because I have Scout, I'm going to be able to just run forward if it's my first turn. If not, they're kind of near buildings, they can pop back and hide in. And this guy is just going to wait until the opportunity arises and bust through the wall. I also have in the Deep Strike all of my Terminators and Typhus and my Lord of Violence.
So to go over the Dark Angel deployment, you have my Repulse Executioner here. The idea behind this is to just target that way. You have Infiltrators that deny Deep Strike. He has a ton of Terminators. You got the Lion over here. He has Lone Op when he's within 3 inches of friendly Dark Angel forces, so the Eliminators here. Lazarus and the Blade Guard in case they have to go either one way or the other. Another squad of Infiltrators, just because for Deep Strike negating purposes. Azrael and the Inner Circle Companions. And you have the Outriders. And 2 squads of Terminators in Deep Strike.
Now we're going to roll for first turn. All right, you will be going first.
Hello, dude.
Game in. And now Death Guard is going to be doing their scout moves.
All right, so for the command phase for the Dark Angels, I got 2 CP for Azrael, as well as my regular CP generation. I drew Recover Assets and Sabotage. I dropped Sabotage because there's no point, and I got Secure No Man's Land. And I have a mixed feelings about if that's going to work or not. Summarize where we were for the movement phase for Dark Angels. I drew Secure No Man's Land, so I moved the bikes to here to secure here, the Blade Guard to here, and I had no real other moves because the Horde is waiting. But everything else is hidden very well on the other side of the board, so there was no point in exposing myself. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. All right, so on to the shooting phase for the Dark Angels. I really only have one target, which will be those Plague Marines over there with my Outrider shooting at them. It's just going to be some twin bolt rifles and then maybe the chaplains in range with a revolver pistol. All right, so for the Outrider shooting into the Plague Marines, I have 3 Outriders with twin bolt rifles attached. They're hitting on 3s, but it's up to 4s because of the stealth. They are the oath of moment target, so I do get to reroll hits. They all hit. Wow. And then it is, so strength 4 to toughness 5, so it'll be 5s hitting. Twin link, so I can reroll the wound roll. So 1 passes, 5 fail. Get the reroll because of twin links. And 2 more get through. So Dan, you have 2 saves at -1 for 1 damage a pop.
3 saves.
Yeah.
3. So if they're -1, I have cover, so I'm going to take it for cover saves. I fail 1. Damage?
1.
1.
So to end my turn for the Dark Angels, I moved 2 units up. I also dished recover assets. Took some shots, took a wound off some Plague Marines, and secured No Man's Land. And on a down.
Right, so he did not get an extra CP for ditching recover assets because he has Azrael, so he got an extra CP generation. To go into my command phase, I gained a CP, so I'm at 2, he is at 1, and I pulled Assassinate and Storm Hostile Objective. I'm going to spend a CP, I'm going to get rid of Assassinate, and I got Area Denial. How do I feel about it? He has a very scary unit of Blade Guard and Azrael in the middle. I don't think I'm going to get Area Denial, but I feel good about Storm Hostile. All right, so for the Death Guard movement phase, in order to get my objectives, I needed to Storm Hostile Objective. My goal is to do that here and here. I think I'm pretty much going to get a good chance. These guys are OC1, I have an OC2 there, so that's going to be guaranteed points unless somehow this guy dies. Next, I wanted to just kick him off objective, so I put my knight here. Hopefully I'm going to get some good shooting and charging to wipe him off that objective and just to stop him from getting primary points. Area Denial is going to be a different story. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill them off, but nevertheless, the whole entire idea was to move up, get onto objectives, and control the primary game. All right, so this Plague Marine squad is going to shoot some pot shots over into the Blade Guard. I only have 2 units in range, the Plasma Gun and the Light Launcher. So this will be the Sergeant's Plasma Gun, hitting on a 3. It does hit. Strength is 8, so it's going to be on a 2. It does wound. Dennis, you have 1 at -3.
Looking for 4, and it's not there.
It's a 2 damage weapon.
He's down to 1 wound.
All right. And then I have a Blight Launcher, 2 shots, looking for 3s, 6 is lethal, 2 misses, and that will conclude their shooting. Now to go to my Knight Rampager. He just has 1 little heavy stubber. He's looking for 3s, all hits, and strength is 5, so 3s again. I have 2 at no AP on that Blade Guard squad.
Looking for 3s.
Saving 2 passes, and that will conclude my shooting phase. All right, Death Guard charge phase. I only have 1 charge I'm doing. I'm doing the Knight Rampager, which is pretty much an unfillable charge, but we're going to see what I get on the movement. I'm going to get a 9, or a 6 rather, and I'm just going to move myself in. He has 18 attacks, and if he charges successfully, he has sustained hits on the attacks. He's going to be hitting on 2s. I'm going to take out my misses here. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sustained that are going to go back in. Dennis, what is your toughness on your Outriders?
Toughness 5.
Toughness 5. So I am looking for 3s on these. I'll pick up my misses. And Dennis, if you want to just use these.
It's probably what I'm going to do.
You have that many at -3.
I can save it on 6s.
There, 2 damage per.
Yeah, that's a dead one. That's a dead one. That's a dead one. That's the squad. And then you have this, this, and this. And that will kill literally all 4 of them, including the character.
And that concludes Death Guard fighting phase. All right, so to wrap up the Death Guard turn, I was able to score Storm Hostile Objective. The Knight came onto the objective and just wiped out the Outriders, so I was able to score that. Area Denial I ended up getting rid of for a extra CP, but I was able to do what I wanted to do. I got on all of the objectives and stopped them from scoring primary. So now to the Dark Angels.
Going into my second command phase, I'm going to get 2 CP because of Azrael. As well as I drew Overwhelming Force and bring it down, which on that objective over there, I can get both. Will it happen? We will see. So to finish up my movement phase for the Dark Angels, I moved Azrael and the Inner Circle Companions towards that big scary knight. I also deep striked in Terminators to assist them there. These Eliminators moved onto the objective so they have more of a line of shot. By the way, I got 3 points for holding my home objective. I deep striked more Terminators over here. They're Deathwing Knights, or proxying as. And that's basically it. And then Dan.
At the end of his movement phase, I also rapid ingress 10 Blightlord Terminators with the Lord of Violence staring down Azrael and Blade.
Halfway through my shooting phase, we got the longer stuff out of the way, so we'll just go over it quick. This tank shot a bunch of stuff at the Plague Marines. It killed 4. These infiltrators tried finishing them off into that Plague Marine there. Did not work. We had the Eliminators take some pot shots at the Plague Marines. We managed to kill 1 and they scooted back because they have that ability. Lazarus took a pot shot at over there and got a dev wound on one of the wounded Plague Marines, killing him. And now we're going to start shooting with the Terminators. We have 4 Terminators with Storm Bolters, and they're going to shoot them all into those Plague Marines over there. 4, 6, and 8. They have stealth, so from 3s to 4s.
So 1 miss.
Yeah, it's looking that way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gonna be strength 4 to toughness 5, so 5s. 2 saves at no AP on your Plague Marines.
All right, I'll take it. Oh, just on the squad. 1 fail.
1 damage.
All right. 1 guy is injured.
And now we have the Cyclone Missile Launcher that's going into the Knight. It is 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. They both hit. Strength 9 to toughness, I assume 12?
12. Yep.
Looking for 5s. 1 save at -2.
All right, so I have a 5 up invuln, and I failed damage.
D6
Go for it.
for 3.
All right, 3 damage. Down to 19.
We have the Blade Guard over there with their heavy bolt pistols.
And who will you be attacking?
Let's attack the Plague Marines, just because it makes life easy. So we have 2 of them. Hitting on 3s.
2 hits.
They both hit. Strength 5, toughness 5.
All right.
They both miss, and then I have 1 plasma pistol that's going to be standard.
Okay.
And that's going to hit on 3s, and your strength 7. Looking for 3, there's a 6, and then 7 to 5 is 3s. 1 save at -2.
-2 brings me to a 5 up. I do fail.
1 damage.
1.
I did not supercharge it.
Okay. And just to fix what he did here before, it's toughness 4.
It is toughness 4, not 5.
Fail on one of the saves.
Yes. So for the charge phase for the Dark Angels, we're going to be charging Azrael and the Inner Circle Companions into the Knight. It's a 3-inch charge currently. We're also going to be bringing the Deathwing Knights with their Chain Fists into the Knight. That's also a 9-inch charge. And then over here we have Deathwing Knights with Belial. We'll be charging the Poxwalkers. And it is a 9-inch charge. We'll start here for the 3-inch charge. They're in on a 6. The Terminators on the 9.
Ooh. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna CP reroll it.
Okay.
Gonna be down to 2 CP. Oh, that hurts.
Down to 2.
Over here we need a 9. And there it is.
Hitting a 9.
Base, and then trail. All right, we got 2 out of the 3 in. We're gonna start with the Deathwing Knights, but we're gonna consolidate real quick. We can get a 3-inch over to here to consolidate into him. And then let's do some rolling. We got 4 bases of Absolution to roll with, 4 attacks each. All these attacks are going into the Poxwalkers. They're hitting on 2s.
Oh my gosh.
Everything hits.
T4.
Up to strength 6, so it'll be 3s.
All right. Mm.
5, 7, 9, 11, 12. You have 13 saves at -2.
What's the damage per?
2 damage per.
Okay. Right. So they have feel no pains. So here we go. 1's dead. 2's dead. 3's dead. 4's dead. 5 dead. 6 dead. 7 dead. 1's alive. 2's alive. 8 dead. And one last one. Okay, so 3 saved. 1 is alive.
So I have 6 more attacks with the relic weapon.
And that's into the Plague Marine, right?
No, that's into the last guy you got there.
Okay.
Belial is gonna take the honors for that. We're hitting on 2s. 6s are lethals. So we have 2 lethals, 1 miss, and 3 to go. 7 to toughness 4 is 3s again. You have 5 saves and -2 for 2 damage a pop.
Here we go. And that guy's dead.
All right. So now we got Belial to do into the Plague Marine there. Let's see if he can actually take care of him. We got 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. Out the rest all hit. And then 6, 2, I assume 5, so 3s. You have 4 saves at -2 on that Plague Marine.
All right, looking for 5s. And I fail miserably. Jeez.
Moving on to Azrael and the Inner Circle Companions over here, hoping to snag a win. Will they do it? We will find out. So we got 4 attacks per, hitting on 3s. 6s are lethals. 2, 3 lethals.
Not bad.
These are out. These are out as well. And we have 5 that go over to it. It's 6 to 12, so it'll be 6s to wound. With 2 more. You have 5 saves at -2 on your knight.
5 saves at -2 brings me to my 5 up thimble. And 2 saves, 3 fail.
2 damage per.
So I will take 6 total, bringing me down to 13.
Now we have Azrael. He has 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. These are hitting on 2s with devastating wounds. That's out. And now we have strength 8 to 12 is 5s, 6s are deads.
Okay.
We have 1 save at -4.
All right, looking for a 5 up thimble.
Hey,
And I do save on 5. Time for slapback.
it is time for slapbacks.
Alrighty. The knight is going to answer with a whole heap of attacks.
It is -1. It is -1 on them to hit.
Team, you know the deal. Looking for 2s here.
3s.
3s, because -1, gotcha. There's no sustained on this one because I didn't charge. So the 6s don't mean anything this time. And 2s again. Alright, you're looking at 4, 8, 9 at -3.
9 at -3.
Easy.
So we're looking for 4s.
So you fell 5,
Damage per.
2.
So that's 1. That's 2, and that's 1 left on 1.
Alright.
So this guy's dead, and this guy's dead. That last guy there's on 1, and Azrael's at full wounds.
Alright.
So to end my turn after the charge phase and fight phase, the Deathwing Knights managed to secure this objective over here, killing 2 units, of one being a Poxwalker and one of Plague Marines. Azrael tried fighting the Knight, trying to kill it. It went mildly successful. I have high hopes for next turn. And other than that, that's pretty much how the turn went.
All right, so I start my turn getting a CP. I control 2 objectives, so I'm going to get 8 victory points. On my draws, I got Containment and I got Defend Strongholds. I ended up discarding one for a CP. It was Engage on all fronts. I just didn't feel like I could get it. Containment I feel pretty good about. I have some Plague Marines on the board edges that I can, get out to the side and score that. Defend Stronghold, I also feel pretty good about. All of his deep strikes are down, so I think I have a good chance of scoring it. All right, so end of Death Guard movement. I basically kind of moved everything up, just trying to get in his face. I moved this Plague Marine unit here to get containment. Same idea with this Plague Marine unit over here. This Plague Marine unit is moving up. I have the Biologist Putrefier, so hopefully I can get some grenades off. These Blight Lord Terminators extremely slowly moved 4 inches up. I bet you didn't even notice they moved. Same exact thing with these Poxwalkers. This Plague Marine squad got off of this objective and they're going to start threatening that one. And also the big Night Rampager fell back. I want to be able to prevent him from being able to bring it down. So that was the thought process behind that. Deep Strikes was 1 unit of Death Shroud trying to threaten this objective right here, and another unit of Death Shrouds with Typhus to threaten those Terminators over here and Azrael on the objective. Now going into my shooting phase. All right, so going into halfway of the Death Guard shooting phase, not a lot really happened. These guys contained. These guys did some flamers there, didn't do any damage, it's just planked off. These guys did some minimal shooting, ended up killing 1 guy and bringing another guy down to 1 wound, and that's actually really all that happened. So now we're gonna go into the more eventful shooting. So Typhus here is going to be doing his ability into the Terminators, and then everybody else is shooting into Azrael and his companion. So starting with the flamers from the Terminators, number of shots, which is going to be 2, 7, 10, 22. So this is 18. Looking for 4s. And then I'm just gonna grab some misses here and reroll those. And you are going to have 4, 8, 10 at no AP on your Inner Circle Champion and Azrael.
Okay,
So
so yeah, I'm gonna, only because he has 1 wound left and Azrael's is different. I'm gonna slow roll it just to be safe. So it's a 3 and it's -1 AP, correct?
No AP.
No AP. So it'll be a 3. So the first one I get a 3. Okay, so now he's dead.
It's dead.
So I can roll the rest now.
Okay.
No AP. So add down Azrael save of a 2.
All right. So he saves the rest, and then Typhus with his ability going into the Terminators, needing a 2 or more. I get a 1, and I'm actually pretty sure that he does wounds to his own unit. So I will check that because that stinks. My unit suffers D3 Immortals for 3.
Woo-hoo!
That'll kill a Terminator. Good job, Typhus. Going into other shooting, these guys are going to shoot at Azrael, and I think I'm going to pop my free once per game grenades from the character, and that's going to go into the Terminators. So my free grenades into the Terminators, looking for 4s for 1. This mortal wound game is not really going good.
So what's the damage for mortal wounds?
Just 1.
I have a 4 up feeling the pain against mortal wounds because of the chaplain.
All right.
Looking for a 4. I take the day. So it's, all right, it's 1 time
Right.
2.
He's loving it. All right, and then these guys shooting all their weapons into there. There will be the plasma gun, looking for 3s, 1 hits. And on a 2, you have 1 at -3.
So it's just invuln of 4. You save it.
All right, the Plague Belcher shooting in there. 2 hits. and 2 wounds at -1.
Looking for 3s. Save them.
All right, and the melted hits. It does wound 1 at -4.
Looking for 4 again. And I take it.
D6
But
for 3.
I'm gonna command reroll it.
Okay.
Just try to keep him alive. It doesn't matter. Make it.
So you will take 3 wounds.
So he's down to 3.
Going into the next shooting of this phase, it's going to be the Blightlord Terminators. They're shooting everything into the Blade Guard in the center. I'm going to spend 1 CP. It's going to be to reroll hit rolls of 1, but if you're within half range, which they are, they're going to be able to reroll the hit roll in general. So 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the combi bolters. They're hitting on 4s, rerolling. And they're anti-infantry 4 up, devastating wounds. And the character lets them reroll the wound roll. So there is 8 devastating wounds from the Blight Lords onto that squad. 8 devastating wounds came through, killed the last Blade Guard and the Lieutenant. So now we're going to do the rest of the shooting from this squad here. The autocannon, looking for 3s, rerolling. And strength is 7. You're 4, but you're within my contagion range, so it'll be on 2s. You have 6 at -1.
It's gonna be 4s. Save. I took 3. What's the wound count per?
1 per.
He's down to 2.
All right, the Plague Spewers, 7 attacks. Looking for 2s since it's anti-infantry 2 up. I can reroll because of the character. You have 7 more at -1 on your character.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
And that will eliminate that character. That will conclude the Death Guard shooting phase. Now to go into some charge phases. These Death Shroud are going to charge, try and make a 9-inch charge into the Terminators. They fail, they get a 6. I am not going to command reroll. Going into these Death Shroud Terminators, going into that character, needing a 9. Fails it. I will command reroll this one. So, being an 8, not going to happen. This Plague Marine squad is going to charge in to Azrael, getting a 9, and that will get them in. Just to confirm, most definitely. Dennis, he's alive on 3 wounds?
Yes,
Does he have any protection against mortals?
he does.
What is it?
Watcher in the dark.
Yeah, what does it do?
4 Philippine.
Okay. I'm going to spend a CP, and this is one of the new things for the detachment. It is infantry tank shock. So for each guy that I have in engaged range, which I have 4, on a 4 up, I will give you a mortal wound. Don't worry about it. Okay. And last but not least, I just want to see what this charge is, see if I can do a man on a 12.
Doesn't got it.
Across the board here. And that is a negative. And that will be all of the charges for the Death Guard going into the fight phase. So everybody here is going to be able to fight. They have 2 ranks. So I have 3 heavy plague weapons. I'm going to be hitting you on 4s.
I'm gonna pop armor contempt on him. Try to keep him alive. That brings me down to 1 CP.
3 lethals. And on 2s, you have 5 at -2 AP.
All right, it's down to -1 because of armor contempt. So it brings me to 3s. So let's get these out of the way because I'm gonna use the red dice. Looking for 3s. I failed 2. Damage per.
It is 2 damage per.
Oh, I'm gonna use my last CP to reroll one of those. Oh, he's dead.
And he is down for the count. That will conclude the Death Guard fight phase and turn. All right, guys, that will conclude the Death Guard turn. Total score currently is 31 to 28. I was able to score my containment. Defend Stronghold is still waiting until we see what happens in his turn. I was able to move up. I did what I wanted to do. I got onto the primary objectives, and now I'm just hoping that I can hold them. Now going into Dennis's turn.
Going into my command phase, I drew containment. I kept bring it down. Bring it down, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this turn. Containment, I'm optimistic about it. I got 11 points for my victory points, 3 for my home, and 5 for my one objective my Deathwing Knights are on. I'm going to try and take some objectives from Dan and see what happens.
8 victory points. You got 8.
Oh, I went off 11. I read the 11 thing. My bad.
You can't read.
I can't count. So for my movement phase, we move the infiltrators over to here to try to get containment. Move my tank up 10 inches to get a line of shots here. Deathwing Knights will stay. Eliminators popped out, take some pot shots. The Lion's just going to chill. Terminators moved up 5 inches to get on the objective. And the infiltrators moved up another 6 to get some pot shots in. And we'll see how it goes. So for the more mundane shooting, the tank decided to open fire and try to kill the biggest unit of poxwalkers over here. And I killed all but one. The Eliminators tried shooting. They failed miserably. And now we're on the 5-man Terminator block over here, firing into these Plague Marines back here. They're within the 12, so I don't believe they get stealth. They'll be hitting on 3s. 1s and 2s are out. And then strength 4 to toughness 5 is 5s. Dan, you have 5 saves and no AP.
I am looking for 3s. I fail 1.
1 damage.
Yep, that'll kill the injured multiple.
I have a Cyclone missile launcher, 2 shots. 3s going up to 4s. Oh no, because no stuff, so it's 3s. Okay, and then it's 9 to 5, so 3s. Okay, 1 save, -2.
Looking for a 5. Fail it.
4 wounds.
And
4 damage.
Kill the Plague Marine.
Then we have the infiltrators. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. They'll be also shooting into this squad back here. I believe they definitely got to be outside of 12. Dan, what would you say? Yeah. So stealth it is. Hitting on 4s. Bunch actually hit. And then
2 5.
I know, let's go 5s. Whole lot of nothing. So, charge phase. All right, we're gonna roll a charge from here to there, from the captain to there. It's 3 inches. They're in. So we will put him right there. Bring him in there. Bring him into there. Into there. Into there, and we'll leave him on the objective just to be safe. We have another charge over here that's 2 inches. Looking for it. I was so scared. Got in on a 6. Fight phase. We'll start with the Deathwing Knights over there. You have 4 Maces of Absolution into some Plague Marines. If they survive, it's going to be interesting. Hitting on 2s.
T5.
Strength 6. So 3s it is. You have that many at -2. 2 damage a pop.
Watch this. They're dead. All right, your next fight phase.
Well, that was anticlimactic. We have the Terminators over there with their chain fists. In attacks, hitting on 4s. And then it is strength 8 to toughness 5 is 3. But because the chaplain's in there, it's 2s.
Gotcha.
Everything wounds.
Right.
4,
Just leave it in there.
8 saves at -2.
Okay. I fail enough to kill the squad. And then how many damage is it?
2 pop.
Right? And the character will take 2.
All right, we have the chaplain now. We have 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. He's out. And then 6 to 5 is 3s, but because of his ability, down to 2s. You have 3 saves at -1 for 3 damage a pop because of his enhancement.
Oh my gosh. Okay. At -1?
-1.
Okay. 3 damage pop. It's gonna kill him. Yeah, I'll just let him die. I don't really need him.
That's the turn. He can't fight back. All right, so to end my charge and fighting phase, the Deathwing Knights managed to murder the Plague Marines over here. The Deathwing Terminators murdered the other Plague Marines over there, with the chaplain smacking the crap out of somebody. I managed to score 3 points for containment, and I could not bring it down again, so I got rid of it for a CP, bringing the grand scale score 34 me, 39 Dan.
All right. Yeah, going into Death Guard turn, I gain a CP. I'm at 1. He's at 2 currently. I gain 8 victory points for holding 2 objectives. I scored my defend stronghold that was waiting from last turn, and I pulled recover assets and marked for death. I did end up pulling bring it down, but I spent the CP to get rid of it because I didn't think I would get it. How I feel about it, I feel pretty good with the recover assets. I feel like I can hide some units and be able to survive. Marked for death, a little bit of a different story. He chose his Deathwing Terminators, he chose his tank, and he chose a Lion, so I'm probably going to have a hard time with that. All right, starting with the Death Guard movement phase and what happened. The Terminators here, Death Shroud moved up to try and close the distance. Tallyman moved back a little bit to get into a safe distance away from the Terminators over there. The one Poxwalker is hiding behind the wall just in case he pulls no prisoners, he'll stay safe. These Plague Marines moved over a little bit. I'm trying to hide a little bit from the tank and still hold the objective. These guys moved up a little bit. Maybe we're gonna get some pot shots on the line, who knows? The Rampager is out to play again. He came from here to here. He's gonna charge some Terminators and do some real good there. Death Shroud, again, you probably can't even tell that they moved, but they moved 4 inches because they moved super slow. They're probably gonna try and charge. And these guys are hiding on the opposite side of the objective. Again, kind of same idea, protect from no prisoners. All right, going over the Death Guard shooting phase so far. These guys shot here, didn't really do much, actually did no wounds. The Blight Lords ended up shooting over there and plinked off a wound, and so did the Plague Marines. Other than that, nothing else really happened. The Big Knight shot at the Infiltrators, ended up killing 1. And now we're just going into the important shooting phase of the 5 Death Shroud and Typhus. Everything is going into the Terminators in front of them. So number of shots for the Death Shroud is 10, 14, 16, 19, which is all of the black dice. So I'm just gonna reroll 1, looking for 4s. And taking out my misses here. And Dennis, that is your wound roll?
AP.
None. 0. Roll a lot of 1s.
Why you gotta talk, bro?
Thank you. That's 3 wounds.
Yeah,
Kills 1 or no?
it does.
Woo!
I lied. Doesn't, no.
You really spent a command?
Hell yeah, keeping him alive.
What pity. All right, or spite, whatever.
It is
Typhus,
fight.
Typhus is going to use his mono wounds on them. It's going to be D6 number of mortal wounds. Let's try and get a good one.
1.
For 4 mortal wounds.
Correction, no mortal wounds.
Okay. Courtesy of the chaplain. That will wrap up the Death Guard shooting phase, but just go right into the charge phase here. All of these Terminators charging in to their Terminators. Getting a 5. We're going to check the distance there. Just to get within 1 inch, yes?
So 5 inches is in front of them. It's like 5 1/4.
It is within an inch. So, move like so. The big knight is also
Here, I'll do it for you.
charging.
You're in.
Oh, I got a 9.
No, you got in because you didn't need to roll it.
Just to touch the objective. And last but not least, got a big charge downtown. The Death Shroud into the other Terminators, getting an 8.
Yeah,
which should definitely do it for me.
Oh yeah, you're in.
All right. Oh gosh. Well, we're coming along anyways. And that will conclude my charge phase. Now starting with the Death Guard charge phase. When you start with the Knight, he has 12 attacks and on 2s. 6s are sustained. So drop 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are going to go back in. This is strength 10, and I minus your toughness by 1, so it's going to be on 2s. Drop the dice. I'm going to shoot another one here. I have no fails. You have 5, 10, 15, 16 saves at -2.
On the Terminators?
On the Terminators.
-2 is my invuln. Damage per?
3.
Good God.
Good luck.
1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead, 4 dead, 5 dead.
That's a dead in your hand right there.
Yeah, no. Terminators are dead. Chaplain has 5 wounds.
So he takes
Down to 2.
down to 2. All right. Going into the Death Shroud that are just going to wipe that Chaplain up.
Or so he thinks.
Or so I know. Here we go. They have 4 attacks each, and there's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we'll just do that. These guys hit on 2s. These are lethals. And their strength is 8, and I'm looking for 2s because I minus your toughness. All right, Dennis, you have that many at -2 on your Chaplain.
What's the damage per?
2.
Down to 1. Oh, great. Now he's going to live. Come on. Now, okay, there you go. Now he's dead.
He is dead. All right.
I was hoping he was dead enough. I didn't have to throw the dice.
And now wrapping up downtown, it's going to be the Death Shroud into the other Terminators. Let's see which Terminators are best. Again, 4 attacks.
Clearly, Grey Knight Terminators are the best.
Well, too bad they're not on the board.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed about that.
4, 5, and 6 attacks. Here we go. Looking for 2s here. Not a single lethal. No, we do have 1. There you go. And again, looking for 2s since I minus your toughness. All right, so you have 4, 8, 10, 14, 17 at -2 on your Terminator.
So on 4s, and the damage is?
2 per.
So it's down to 1.
Okay.
Looking for 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, So that's 1, 2, that's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Kills
You'll kill one that's wounded and one full one.
All right.
So now the slapbacks of the Deathwing Knights into the Death Shroud Terminators. I just rolled a retribution roll from Belial, giving him 5 mortal wounds. I needed 4s. I had 4s, 5s, and 6s. So we took 5 mortal wounds on them, killing one, and I believe bringing one down to 1.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to fight. So we have 4, 8, 12 attacks, hitting on 2s. They all hit.
Toughness 6.
Strength 6. So it'll be 4s.
Whoa.
But I have the famous Julio dice. Looking for 4s. And they ain't there. Oh my god. 2 saves, -2.
2 saves.
Oh, sorry.
Oh boy.
Oh, sorry. Make another.
Kill one.
2 damage.
All right. 1 will die.
Now we have Belial, which he'll be strength 6 as well, so it'll be wounding on 4s. Hitting on 2s. They all hit. Looking for 4s. Oh, that's better. 3 saves, -2 for 2 damage pop.
2 fill. 2 damage pop.
Yep.
Killing him.
Hooray!
All right, to wrap up the Death Guard turn 3, I scored my Defend Strongholds. I am ongoing for Recover Assets. Tallyman and some Plague Marines are going to see if they can score that. And I am ditching Mark for Death. I don't think I can achieve that. So I got an extra CP. I am sitting at 3. To start the next turn, Dennis is at 3 CP. I'm at 4 CP. And go into your turn.
So I don't have much left on the board. Currently, I only got 3 points for holding my home objective because the Death Shroud Terminators out OCing me here, but that'll get fixed, hopefully. I have Defend Stronghold, Area Denial. I'm probably going to get Baby Denial, but I will be able to get Defend Stronghold because the Lion's sitting on it, and good luck with that. Alright, so movement phase is over. I moved the tank up to try to get some wounds off of them. Maybe try to get a full denial. We'll see. I moved the infiltrators onto here to take this objective back, to take it away from Dan, so we won't get it next turn. If I can kill them, that keeps him from getting 2 that turn. He'll get 1, so he'll still get 8 points. I move my eliminators out to try again to pop some more of them off if the tank fails. And the Lion's just chilling, baiting him.
The most expensive home objective holder in the game currently.
So, the shooting phase went like this. This tank shot all them Plague Marines right there, clearing them off the point, and just, that's it. Now, we have the charge phase. I only have really one thing I'm going to charge. It'll be those infiltrators into them to try to do something. Will they? Probably not, but hey, let's give it a whirl. They're in. Also, I lied. More charging. I charged the tank into tank shock because I remember that's a thing. And we're going to tank shock these guys and see if we can't flick some wounds off. So let's give it a whirl. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 mortal wounds.
All right, 1 dies, and 1 is down to 1 wound.
Outstanding. Now we're going to have the infiltrators fight. All right, 15 attacks, hitting on 3s. A lot of 1s. A lot of 1s and 2s. All right, that's not as bad as I thought. And then it's 4 to 6, so it's 5. Nothing.
All right.
Dan, you get to clap back.
Yeah, you charge with your tank.
Oh, I thank you. Okay. 3s. Okay, 2 saves, no AP.
4s. Oh no! I'm gonna spend a CP reroll. 8 passes. I will fight you back, and all of these I think are gonna go into the infantry infiltrators. So looking for 2s and looking for 2s again. We have 5 at -2. 2 damage.
Looking for 5s. Saved 1, took 4, so that's 2 per. So it's 4 dead, but I feel no pains.
Gotcha.
Looking for 6s. Okay, that's 1 dead. That's 2 dead. That's 3 dead. That's 4 dead. Yeah, no problem.
All right, and then finally your knights.
The Knights are going to fight back.
So finish it up.
The Deathwing Knights currently have 4, 8, and 12 attacks, hitting on 2s. And then 6 to 6 is 4s. You have this many at -2.
1 fail. 1 guy dies.
That's fine. Then we have Mr. Belial.
Mr. Belial.
Well, I could have got the retribution hits out, but unfortunately, you didn't attack him. Hitting on 2s, they all hit, and then 4s. You have 2 saves at -2.
I do fail, and I can't command reroll damage.
2.
Oh, he's level 1.
Hey! My turn. Combat was slightly successful. We managed to kill a few Death Shroud Terminators. 1 still alive on 1. I dropped Area Denial for a CP. I had Defend Stronghold until the end of Dan's turn. And I only managed to get 3 points last turn.
Going into Death Guard, bottom of the turn, I will score 8 victory points for my primary objectives. I pull Extend Battle Lines and Cleanse. I pretty much can guarantee getting both of those. And I score my Recover assets for Tallyman and the Plague Marines on the far end. They scored that for me over the turn. So going into the movie. Going to the bottom of turn 4, Death Guard movement phase. I didn't really do much. These guys just spread out a little bit to hold 2 objectives. They're going to be cleansing on this objective. This unit stayed completely still because they're going to be cleansing here. The Knight moved up there. He's going to be aiming down the infiltrators there. And the Poxwalker moved back again, just in case he pulls no prisoners. Just try and get him as far away as possible. Some shooting did happen. He shot a pistol here, no effect. And the Knight shot there with his stubber. Again, no effect. I'm going to score Extend Battle Lines just by this alone. I hold 1 objective in my home, and I hold 1 of the No Man's Land. So going into the charge phase here, it is going to be into the infiltrators. We already measured off camera. It's going to be 4 inches. I get a 9. So I'm just going to move this fella into engagement range. And we're just going to go right into the attacks. Into the Night Rampager attacks, I'm hitting on 2s using the sweep of the chainsaw. Taking out 1s, no 6s, 1 6 for sustain. And this is going to be on 2s. Taking out 1s. All of those at -3, please, Dennis.
Okay, they're dead.
Okay. All right. And that will conclude the Death Guard fight phase. All right, to wrap up Death Guard turn 4, I scored 8 victory points. I also scored 3 for Recover assets, 5 for Extend Battle Lines, and 4 for Cleanse, bringing the score right now to 59-48. To save time on the video, I pulled up the Death Shroud. He wasn't going to last against a whole entire squad of Deathwing Knights. And we're going into turn 5.
Turn 5 for me.
Dark Angels.
I managed to get Defend Stronghold at the end of last turn. I have established locus in behind enemy lines, which I am very hopeful of getting. I managed to get 8 points for victory points, 3 for my home and 5 for here. I'm going to charge the lion out, and I'm going to kill his knight. So to sum up turn 5 movement for the Dark Angels, the lion moved off the objective finally. He's going to go fight the knight, which is my oath target. Eliminators are going to take some pot shots at him when we get to the shooting phase in a second. We moved the tank up to there to establish locusts. And I have the Deathwing Knights and the last surviving infiltrator, which made it through Battle Shock, and for behind enemy lines. All right, so the shooting phase was inconsequential. It was just some eliminators shooting into the Knight. It did absolutely nothing and failed it. The tank's establishing locusts, so it's not firing. The Knights don't have guns, and he didn't feel like shooting the Tallyman. So on to charge phase. All right, so we need a 6-inch charge for the Knights into the Tallyman, and to actual 6. So they're in. So we'll do the consolidation in a minute. And now, what everyone's been waiting for, the line into the Knight. It's a daring 1-inch charge. Oh no, he's in. Combat. All right, I need a lot of 2s, no 1s. I lied, there's 2 1s. Everything else hits. 6 to toughness 5, I assume. Looking for 3s. Dan, you have that many at -2.
He's dead.
Huzzah.
So Dennis wanted to be really gung-ho about fighting the Tallyman, so I'm going to interrupt with the Knight. Going with the Knight Rampager into the Lion, looking for 2s. Everything hits. And strength is 20. What is your toughness?
9.
And looking for 2s. I'm going to command reroll this. You have 6 at -3, good sir.
All right, I need. What's the damage bar?
8.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You can roll my dice.
No, I ain't rolling your dice. No, out of here with that. How many was it? 6?
6.
Oh my god, I'm command rolling that. Okay.
No way. No way. One?
Yeah, so he's down to 2.
He's down to 2?
Down to 2.
That's so dumb!
That's why I command rerolled it.
All right.
It's a 300 vulnerable.
The Knight fights! Go ahead.
So he interrupted trying to get it to kill the Lion. The Lion's still alive. The Lion's just smacked the crap out of him. How do we feel about that?
Miserable. Horrible.
Outstanding. If he dies, it's your fault.
Go right ahead.
All right, outstanding. Let's roll this.
Does he bracket?
No.
All right. All right.
He has an aura for hitting on 2s anyway, or for +1 to hit. So there's 2s regardless. So that's out, but guess what? That's 2 lethals. That one's out, but I guess I can command reroll that, right?
If you want to.
Oh, wait.
Oh, you did. Go right ahead, buddy.
Wait.
T12.
He's the oath target, right?
Oh, he is. Yeah. Go right ahead.
Okay.
Damn it.
Everything hits. 2 lethals so far. 12 to 12 is 4s.
Oh my.
You have this many saves at -4.
Does he explode? No, he doesn't. Knight goes boom.
So you were talking all that All right, so to finish out my turn 5, we had some combat over here. The Lion killed the Knight. Dan's real upset about that. Hope you're crying. I managed to get 8 victory points, 3 for my home objective, 5 for here. I was able to establish locusts in the back and behind enemy lines with 2 units, giving me a grand total of 56. And on the game.
All right. So I start my turn. It's pretty clear I'm going to get 3 objectives, 1, 2, and 3. That's going to give me 13 primary points. I pulled Secure No Man's Land and Sabotage. I'm going to auto pass CP with my Plague Marines, and they're going to sabotage here. And Secure No Man's Land I get with my 2 Terminator squads. That's going to bring my grand total to 80. So it's going to end the game 80 to 56. But Dennis was talking crap, saying that his Lion killed the Knight. So I have one last ploy to try and kill the Lion, and that's Mr. Tetris himself, Warlord v. Warlord. And I have it on a die roll. On a 2-up, D3 or D6 mortals, on a 6, D3 plus 3 mortals.
Does Lone Up have anything to do with it?
No. So I get a 4 for 6 mortal wounds, buddy. He has a 4-up Feel No Pain against mortals.
Yes.
Let's see how the Lion fares.
And we're going to slow roll it because it's the end of the game. Oh, yeah, I am. There's one.
Oh boy.
Oh, there it is.
It explodes.
It does explode, actually.
And you have it right there. The Lion Dead Death Guard takes the victory.
So wait,
That concludes
after this game.
our game, 80 to 56. All right, guys, to wrap up our battle report, the final score was 80 to 56. From the Tabletop Patriarchs team, we'd like to thank you personally from Dan, Dennis, and our cameraman Julio for watching, and we hope that you'll watch next time for our future videos. Dennis, how'd you feel about this game?
The game was fun. Playing you is always fun. It's always a slog. But my detachment, I wasn't really liking it. Mainly because I don't have units to add to it. I don't have a lot of Raven Wing. I run Deathwing mostly.
Yeah.
But if I get more Raven Wing units in there, I think I could make it work better. And I hope to play your Death Guard again and whoop their ass again.
All right.
And your Knight's dead.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I really like the Grotmas calendar. I think the new detachments that are coming out are really great. Scout and stealth on Death Guard is, I think, exactly what they need with their slow movement. And I had a great time, man. Good game.